Action. Want to? Auntie. Asante sana, thank you very much. Nilikuwa nakuambia uambie good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff.
Thank you. I see my chief guest is here, the Cabinet Secretary, Kipchumba Murkomen, who will do a formal introduction as he's doing this, and we thank you all for making time to be here with us. Lulu, where do we go from here?
Yeah, and the CEO of Kenya Film Commission is here as well, Timothy Owase.
Makofi kwake tafadhali, makofi.
And Stella Suge as well.
Ah, Stella Suge is here. The reason why we're here is because we've been hosted by FilmAid Kenya, Makofi, Stella Suge, and the entire team. Thank you so much for a warm reception. We really love this place. Thank you very much.
And the saxophone guy?
It's called Jack on the sax. He's doing a really good job. He's going to give us a bit of an interlude before Waziri comes in. Yeah, but this is going to be a lovely evening today. As you all are aware, this is the 17th FilmAid Film Festival. It's an opportunity for us to recognize, appreciate, and indeed award our colleagues, our fellow human beings who live amongst us even though far away, some in DADAAB and some in KAKUMA. How many of you have been to DADAAB? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The rest of you, ni kwa nini hamjaenda DADAAB?
Au umeenda KAKUMA?
Oh, you've been to KAKUMA? It's the same number actually.
The same people.
It's the same people. Okay, but guess what? We're going to bring to you DADAAB here tonight, and we're going to bring KAKUMA here tonight. So you don't have to go there, right? In a way, we'll be appreciating filmmakers, producers, cinematographers for the wonderful work they do each and every year for the 17 years and counting.
Actually, we're going to showcase different films. One being Is It Because I Am a Girl? Unbroken Spirit, Echoes of Home, and Turning Point.
Wonderful. These are short films that have been produced in the refugee camps in this country. One in Garissa County, this is DADAAB, and the other one in the county of Turkana, which is in KAKUMA. This is going to be a wonderful, wonderful event. And once Waziri comes here, I'll give you a bit of a surprise, which you have to get involved in for this particular event. Not in acting. No, I'm not going to make you act. I'm not going to make you do films, okay? No, not at all. Jack on the sax. Karibu sana. One interlude before we start off, once Waziri joins us. Asante sana. Please feel free, if you have to move out, to use the restrooms, you can walk out silently. All I want to request all of you to do is, if you have a phone, we want you to be active on social media, all right? Go to the page, FilmAid Kenya, post as many selfies as you want to, because you all are looking wonderful, okay? Don't miss out this opportunity, all right? Tag somebody about FilmAid Kenya and stuff like that. The only thing I request is, just put your phones on silent, so that they don't have to give us all those soundtracks, and whenever the films are going on, yeah? Nasikia soundtrack ingine, and it's somebody's phone. No, we don't want that, yeah? Okay? But it's going to be a wonderful event. Lulu?
Auntie, ni pia ni vizuri kuwajulisha kwamba thousands are watching us through Facebook and YouTube on the page FilmAid and pia Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen's page.
Ah, great.
We are live.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. All right? And hopefully at the end of this, we'll get a selfie together with the CS. This is going to be a wonderful night. Yeah? Okay? Sawa sawa. So we're going to start, but let me give the opportunity to Jack on the sax to continue with a brief interlude, and then we carry on. We'll start off from there. Karibuni sana.
No,
Asante. Jack on the sax, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause. Asante sana. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to officially welcome our chief guest today, and I want you to help me with a warm round of applause for our Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Waziri Kipchumba Murkomen Onesmus. Hujambo. Karibu, makofi kwake tafadhali. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making time to be here with us. It's a cold night, but we've made sure that it's going to be warm here, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful event. We'll tell you more about it, but right now I'd like us all to be upstanding, if you may, for the national anthem and the East African anthem as well. We'll do one verse each. Teknolojia kidogo ikikwama, mimi naweza nikaongoza. And I know some of you know Swahili, right?
Nasema tuimbe.
Tuimbe.
Okay.
E Mungu nguvu yetu, ilete baraka kwetu, haki iwe ngao na mlinzi, na tukae na undugu, amani na uhuru, raha tupate na ustawi. I hope the guys at the back will help me with the East Africa anthem, because pale itakuwa kizungumkuti na sitaki waziri anishtaki. Naweza kuimba. Najua kidogo. Mungu twaomba utulinde, Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Let's go together. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu na nguvu zetu, tuliumu jumuiya yetu. Thank you. This is the one. Asante sana. God bless you. Thank you. I was sweating. Waziri, thank you so much for making me feel comfortable.
Waziri anajua stanza yote.
Kabisa. Unajua yanazimba kwa kila sherehe anayoenda. Asante.
Amepractice sana.
Kabisa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know all of you got the invitation to be here today. As you all know, this is the 17th FilmAid Film Festival. We're here to celebrate those who are among us, those who live with us, the refugee community that is in DADAAB in the county of Garissa and KAKUMA in the county of Turkana.
Naam, tumkaribishe Bi Stella Suge. Stella Suge ni Executive Director of FilmAid Kenya. Maybe a short bio is that Stella has a deep understanding of the humanitarian context, and she has developed strong relationships over her career with stakeholders in the humanitarian and development world in responding to affected populations in need. Karibu sana Bi Stella.
Asante Lulu. His Excellency Kipchumba Murkomen, the CS for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Mr. Vincent Onyango, the PS representative, Director of Film Services. We have a representative for John Burugu, our Commissioner for Refugee Affairs, Timothy Owase, the Chief Executive of Kenya Film Commission, and we are expecting also Mr. Pascal Opio, the Chief Executive of Kenya Film Classification Board. We have a representation from the UN by Mankes Sanko, WFP Deputy Country Director, Caroline Njuki, Chief Technical Advisor for the ILO, Michelle Apala, the Assistant Representative, UNHCR Kenya, Joanina Karugaba, UNHCR Regional Bureau, and I hope somewhere in the crowd, Dima is here from UNICEF. We have Marie Lassen from Royal Danish Embassy. We have Njeri Mbuthi from Internews Network, representing Golden Globe Foundation. Freddie Cover, the Country Director for Regional Durable Solutions, REDS. I have seen quite a number of colleagues, other country directors. I've seen, let me find you. I don't know whether you are backbenchers now. I had seen Akiko, I know that Romana is here, and I hope that other country directors and representatives from the NGOs who are very important, that we work together to deliver services and protection. Karibuni sana. We have a representation from other diplomatic missions, again, very important partners who enable all of us to have the financial support in order to deliver services to refugees. Board of Directors of FilmAid Kenya, Julius Mwatu is here. Many people get surprised when I say I have a boss, so there's a board of directors, so Julius is here. Max Somen is coming in later. All the alumni of FilmAid Kenya training program and all the refugees that are present here tonight, the members of staff of FilmAid, all the friends and partners of FilmAid Kenya, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. So my name is Stella. I am the Executive Director of FilmAid Kenya, and my job here firstly is to welcome you, and it's a great pleasure to have you year in, year out, and you have been committed to celebrating with us. Also people from the creative industry, we appreciate very much you coming and continually recognizing the space for partnership, whether it's academia or mainstream creative industry. We're deeply grateful for your continued presence in our film festival. Sometimes when you talk about the 17th, it sounds like it's been such a long time. So for those who are continually committed, continually present, continually interested, continually providing protection to refugees, it's a great honor to have you tonight. Since we have the honor of having the Cabinet Secretary, I'll speak briefly about the mission of FilmAid. So broadly, our work is to provide access to information and create spaces for dialogue and what we call communication, community engagement, to ensure that marginalized communities and especially refugees can access the information that they need. And in crisis, information is absolutely critical. I know when there was the displacement into Europe, when you cross the waters, the first thing that you want to do is actually to find a phone and speak to somebody. That's the role of communication in displacement. You want to know what's happening where, how can I access, who is providing what. That's the role of information, that's the role of communication. And FilmAid provides training across different formats of communication to refugees and marginalized communities, mainly from Turkana and Garissa counties. And from there, they become our collaborators in producing the content that also serve those same communities across the many different sectors. If it's protection, if it's human rights, if we're talking about access to food, discussions around nutrition, maternal health care, all the critical issues that on a day-to-day basis for us is natural, normal, accessible. In those communities, it's the difference between life and death. And from here, FilmAid has allies, I would say, that are able to advocate for their own communities, for their own needs, and for their own communication. And also because they are creatives, they are able to take the creativity forward. the film festival then is a platform that FilmAid is providing for creative refugees and filmmakers to present their work as artists and as creative individuals, firstly to their own communities in DADAAB and KAKUMA refugee camps, but also to have the pleasure of being with all of you tonight to share further their creativity. And this year that ended has been very successful for FilmAid because some of the films that we produced with the students made to the famous KALA Kenya Film and TV Awards, and also some of the films that the students produced also made it big in the US festivals. So we are seeing that it's possible that irrespective of circumstances, all these individuals, if they're given the opportunities, they can thrive as each and every one of us. So the circumstances that they live in are not really a deterrent. During this film festival, we've had the pleasure of having conversations with diverse audiences in DADAAB and KAKUMA, including officials from Garissa and Turkana counties, and talking about how can these communities access the market, how can they access employment, how can they access work, because this again is part and parcel of who we are. None of us could feel normal if they weren't working. And I remember last year Caroline talked very well about how a big part of our identification is in fact work. If you ask somebody who are you, they tell you I am so and so, that is linked to their work. That means a big part of how we define our dignity is linked to the work that we do. So I want to thank the people that support FilmAid Kenya. I will not limit it to the film festival. I'll talk about all our supporters at large, starting with the Golden Globes Foundation, represented by Internews. So this is the foundation that supports the training. We have UNHCR that is, I think, more than a partner. Firstly, with a big responsibility for the protection of refugees, and a big partner for all of us. We are deeply grateful to be working together. We have the World Food Program that is shouldering a big part of refugee protection in providing food, ensuring nutrition. We have UNICEF that is also supporting the work of FilmAid. We are working in partnership. UNFPA. We have ILO, the Porticus Foundation, the International Rescue Committee, also greatly represented, and the Norwegian Refugee Council. So those are the people that directly support the work that we're doing. We have other strategic partners, and largely the Kenya Film Commission, again, that has greatly elevated the work of FilmAid, including last year appointing FilmAid as a filming agency, and secondly, allowing that the refugee filmmakers can get into the database within the Kenya Film Commission, and that is very critical because that enables them to access work more broadly than just being in the refugee camp. So we are deeply grateful, Timothy, for your continued partnership and support, and also I would say direction, policy direction as well, that we rely on collaborating. And I think now with the presence of the CS, I hope this can be strengthened further, that refugees can really start to see the fruits of the Refugee Act 2021, and the big role of government is the inclusion of policies for refugees across all the different sectors, be it in education is one of the biggest items. They are already part of that, strengthening that. There is health, social protection. Again, they are part of that, strengthening that. And of course now for FilmAid, we have to defend creativity and filmmaking. So this is something that we'll be knocking your offices about. And there are many other areas. I was in DADAAB at the end of last week, and the key question that refugees are reminding us about is when do we see the realization of the Shirika plan, because that is the practical way of realization of what is contained in Refugee Act of 2021. So we hope with the support of government we can move forward together, and together with our partners, development partners, NGOs and friends of FilmAid, we can see a greater future together for refugees, where they don't only survive in a restricted area, but thrive and become individuals and citizens of the world. Karibuni to FilmAid Festival.
Thank you so much for those wonderful remarks, Stella. Asante sana. Save for the Cabinet Secretary, Madam Michelle, and Mr. Sanko. The rest of you, kindly, just raise up your hand. Not too far, just raise it up. Just your right hand. I want to do a small quiz. I want to see your hands. At least raise it up a bit. Save for Waziri, Madam Michelle, and Mr. Sanko. The rest, don't shy away. It's not going to be a hard one. Trust me, I'm not going to make anyone act. I promise. We can't. Maybe she will, because of Jiffy Production. Yeah, she will. Okay, raise up your hands. Okay. If you know when the DADAAB refugee camp was established, put your hand down. If you know. If you don't know, keep it up there. If you know. Yo. Kumbe ni wale walisimamisha tu. Okay. All right. If you know when the KAKUMA refugee camp was established, put your hand down. At least that you might know. Yo, okay. Hey, this is my moment for shining, yeah? This is my moment for giving you history, yeah? Okay, the DADAAB refugee camp was established in 1991 in the county of Garissa, right? And there are 3 camps, main camps that are there. Dagahale, Hagadera, and Ifo. Please remember that when you leave here tonight, right? And then KAKUMA has 1 major camp, but there are several other camps that have been started there. So we have KAKUMA 1, KAKUMA 2, KAKUMA 3, and KAKUMA 4. And I think somehow, probably, Waziri wanaongezeka, so maybe there might be discussion to add some more, right? But the organization that helps resettle or settle refugees, especially in host communities, is a UNHCR, which is ably represented tonight. Lulu?
Now allow me to introduce the Assistant Representative, UNHCR Kenya, Ms. Apala Michelle. Ms. Apala Michelle is a seasoned jurist specializing in human rights, international criminal law, and international humanitarian law. With 19 years of experience at UNHCR, she's worked across Africa and South Asia, including Benin, Chad, Cote d'Ivoire, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Afghanistan, Sudan, Senegal, and Kenya. Tumkaribishe Ms. Michelle. Karibu sana.
Makofi kwake tafadhali. A round of applause. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol duly observed. Good afternoon. I'm Michelle Apala. I'm the Assistant Representative for Protection with UNHCR in the country office here in Kenya. I'm pleased and honored to represent UNHCR in this FilmAid Festival closing gala. And tonight I want to give my voice to share at least a piece of the refugee story. I just have one message to share with all of us tonight. Refugees are not just numbers. They are real people. They are not just people in need of protection and assistance. They are people who have skills, talents, who, if they are given the opportunity, can really be self-reliant, can contribute to the development of the hosting countries. We are happy to see that in Kenya something is happening, the hard work that the government is doing, and the whole story and hope that the Shirika plan will build is all about that. Seeing in refugees the skills that they have, the talents that we can tap into to make things happen for them, for their communities, and for the host countries. We are happy to celebrate tonight this talent, while also at the same time highlighting the power of refugee stories told by refugees themselves and the impact that these stories have, in changing lives. We are really proud to work with organizations like FilmAid, who give that platform, build the capacity of refugees and host communities to tell their own stories. We would like to congratulate FilmAid for the successful work done so far, and we also want to congratulate in advance all the filmmakers tonight. Thank you, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Michelle. Thank you so much for those wonderful remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving forward. As you know, when there's an influx of refugees coming from the neighboring countries, and that would be South Sudan, Somalia, and many other countries, there's an organization that its main role is to ensure that the number of people who come here are well fed, well taken care of, and are housed. And there are usually hundreds and hundreds of thousands of them. If you've been to DADAAB and KAKUMA, you'll see the kind of organization that goes through there when it comes to food distribution, right? The organization we want to introduce, and the speaker is here, well represented, is the World Food Program. It is in charge of ensuring that the refugees who are here do not suffer because of, malnutrition, lack of food, and what have you. As you know, a lot of you would probably know that in Somalia, probably there's the biggest challenge when it comes to food security. So when they move on into Kenya, they're well taken care of by WFP. Just recently, WFP had to open another camp in order to, accommodate a huge influx from Somalia. And they've struggled also to ensure that they raise funds in order to meet the needs, especially of food, for the people who are coming in from Somalia. Karibuni sana, Lulu.
Tumkaribishe, umesema ni World Food Program.
Yes.
Nilikuwa nataka uulize maswali.
Niulize maswali ya chakula?
Organization gani?
Yeah, that one, Wacha nitauliza hii nyingine inakuja.
Ladies and gentlemen, tumkaribishe Mr. Bai Mankei Sanko. Karibu sana.
Excellencies and ladies and gentlemen, let me stand on the protocol already established. And good evening. Madam Stella, thank you for your hard work. And thank you for changing the lives and charting the lives of many refugees. Without organizations like you, it will be hard for refugees to tell their stories. And thank you with your own team. And to the government of Kenya, we also want to say thank you for giving the opportunities to refugees to be able to come to this country and be able to live their lives and be able to demonstrate they are like any of us in life. It just happened that they're born in that country that have issues. So thank you so much for that. And to all the donors who make this happen, who ensure that refugees can go home and think about having something to eat, water, shelter, we say thank you for doing that. Today is an important day for refugees. It's a day that provides an opportunity for refugees to show their skills, for refugees to feel belong in the world that we live in. I happened to travel to DADAAB and KAKUMA, and thanks to the privilege of the organization that I work for. And I have sat with a number of refugees from all age groups, and there's one thing that is in common, that you know what? If I am given the opportunity, I will thrive. If I am given the opportunity to go to school, I will go to school. If I am given the opportunity to be able to grow my own crops, I can feed my family. That is the message. And that is why all of us are here today, to ensure that we keep on pushing for that. We keep on working for it, for that to happen. But today, it's about telling their stories. And telling their stories in a way that each one of us has the opportunity to be with them. And let me say a big congratulations in advance to all the winners. I want to thank you all again, and we hope that in the coming years we will see refugees more and more being able to take their positions in the world that we live in. The reason is they're not part of what happened in their own countries. They just be in those countries. And that is why we need to work together for them to tell their stories. Thank you all again.
Thank you. Another round of applause for Mr. Sanko. Thank you so much for those brief and kind remarks. Really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, there is an organization called ILO. I know most of you know about it. It's the International Labour Organization. It brings together governments, employers and workers, organizations from its 187, I think the number has grown, member states to address world work challenges, set and monitor. The reason why we talk about labor today is that, as you know, there's usually a huge challenge, especially with the status for refugees who have lived among us for so many years, when it comes to, looking for employment, integration with the host communities and what have you. For those of you like Bwana Sanko who've been to KAKUMA and DADAAB, you realize that sometimes there's usually a challenge between the host communities and the refugees themselves. All right. So, and I believe ILO has come a long way in terms of ensuring that the refugees still feel safe. They can be integrated in the societies that we live in, even though, a lot still needs to be done, all right? I don't want to tell you so much about the organization and the strides that they've made, but I'd let Lulu invite our next guest.
And I remember hosting them on TV.
Oh, really?
Wakisema kwamba they have challenges.
Yes.
And I hope this is the platform. Mtaweza kumwambia Bwana Waziri hapa leo, because kwa TV walilalamika sana.
Bila shaka.
Yeah, many of the refugees wanasema they really want to work, but then again they don't have the necessary documents.
Oh yeah, and they're lovely people.
I and I. Allow me to introduce to you the Chief Technical Officer, ILO, Ms. Caroline Njuki. Ms. Caroline Njuki is an experienced development professional. Serving as the Chief Technical Advisor and Acting Country Director of ILO, she brings a wealth of expertise to her role with prior experience in the United Nations Development Program and UN Women. Karibu sana. Oh, there's a representative. Karibu sana.
Caroline.
Caroline Njuki.
Good evening. Sorry, I'm not Caroline. I'm Geoffrey Ochola. That's her profile. I'm just passionate about youth employment and youth engagement. Allow me to ride on the protocols already established. As I mentioned, my name is Geoffrey Ochola. I work for the International Labour Organization. As Nimrod has mentioned, we are the UN Organization for the World of Work. And when we speak about the world of work, most of you will start talking about our Secretary General, Mr. Atwoli. And it's for obvious reason that the ILO works in a tripartite structure, because the future of work needs engagement with employers and workers. And when they're on the table and you bring in government, you are able to kind of discuss matters, supply and demand to employment opportunities. We know the global drivers of change and how the world of work is affected. Even before we start talking about or discussing issues of refugee inclusion, we need to be, of course, cognizant of the fact that drivers of change and global drivers of change are changing the way economies exist in the world. We are changing the way work is practiced. We have climate action. We have issues of informality. We have issues around, more of innovation and changes within our specific areas of work. But how do we support that? We always ensure that we make sure that, the individuals who are engaged in work are able to engage in decent and equal paying work. When you look tenets of decent jobs, you realize that without that, then even any other emerging economy doesn't make sense. But as we discussed today, in narrowing it down, we have the youth bulge. And just recently, the ILO, and bear with me, we always work with facts. The fact being, just the recent global employment trends for youth 2024. We are saying by 2030, 20% of the population will be youth. But which are these economies that youth are engaging in? We are talking about digital economy. We have the creative what Stella and the team are really doing an excellent job to get refugees and other population and host communities into. We have, green transitions and all sorts of just transition. But the biggest question is always, as these economies come up, what are we doing as developmental actors to enact change? Looking only at the creative economy, Bwana Waziri, 3% of the GDP worldwide is contributed from the creative economy. But what are we doing to ensure that youth safely transition into these economies? And all the emerging economies have one specific characteristic: informality. From where I stand, from labor, international labor standards, informality means that youth are getting into precarious employment. Leave alone that employment opportunities are limited. They are precarious. They are low paying. Quality of job is not to standard. Then, as actors in this space, with even government, the question is, what do we do about these changes so that as we include refugees, you're already having the necessary legal framework that supports safe entry into job opportunities. I know in Kenya tunatumia terminology, kazi ni kazi, job is job, isn't it? As long as you get a job opportunity. But the important thing here is the job has to have the prerequisite components of decency. And so we need to work on 3 components. What Stella mentioned, skilling and education, which is critical. We need to think about rights at work for refugees and the host communities within the creative economy. We also need to think issues of social protection, which are very key. And thanks to the government, recently we had the inclusion of refugee in social protection schemes, which is critical for any worker within the population. But most importantly is labor market policies. Because when you link even the recent draft policy on creative economy with micro and macro policies, with education policies, and really enhancing how training is done with forms of interaction between the employers and the trainees, apprenticeship schemes, then we will be getting there. And of course, we see our able, TV representatives here who can be able to enhance mentorship, who can be able to support the refugees grow, the right linkages to the market for the products, and the films we'll be seeing here. Thank you so much, but I'll leave you with this. There can be no transformation within the refugee space without social dialogue. So we need to sit down as a government, as government representative, developmental actors, employers, and really work towards supporting refugees' inclusion within policy frameworks and the labor market in Kenya. Thank you so much.
Asante sana. Makofi tena, round of applause. All right, now we're moving to the second most important part of the program, which is watching a film or a couple of films. And I wish there was popcorn. There's popcorn. Or maybe the snacks will come back again, all right? So we'll dim the lights and we'll tell you a little bit about the films. But there's a gentleman we want to introduce here briefly. But as he comes downstairs, or from wherever he's coming from, he's descending from somewhere. Let me just talk about how human beings are quite indifferent and different in terms of how we are created, right? Some of us who are light-skinned, some of us who are dark-skinned, some of us who, like me, have round, with a round-bellied stomach and stuff, and some are different, yeah. But I always sit down and I say, God was a little bit unfair. I don't know what criteria he used. Because he gave an advantage to a certain community that comes from South Sudan. Those guys are closer to the sun and closer to heaven than the rest of us. Hapo sijawahi elewa. I've never understood. I want to invite a gentleman called David Erjok, popularly known as I&I.
I want to be famous like Tupac. Some words can have an impact. Innovation, a source of motivation for the kids in Africa, a refugee boy from KAKUMA, but where do I start? It's like I'm stuck in the dark, your dreams are valid, never lose hope. Brother said, build yourself and one day you fly away like Tony Stark. There is nothing for something, but these words come hard work and persevering, the effort, success, it's a no man land. This is me, I'm lifting up who I was designed to be. Necessity make the being. Yes, it's necessary to pull up in a century. Necessity make the dream, and that dreams make me. They say he's a refugee, his future is not clear to see, but being a refugee does not define me. It's what inside me. I have a dream. I'm not talking about Martin Luther King. Don't ever give up, lift your head up and sing and pray that you made it to the scheme for you to achieve. These are dreams of a refugee boy. Ladies and gentlemen, I am David Erto. What a wonderful day. Can we all say that? What a wonderful day.
What a wonderful day.
Okay, just to let you guys know, I'm not trying to let you guys react the scene from, if you have watched it, you guys don't get the joke. I'm David Erto. I'm from KAKUMA refugee camp, standing in front of you today. Don't be fooled by the accent. Mimi Mkenya, Kiswahili ni mingi pia. So I'm from KAKUMA refugee camp. I was born and raised in KAKUMA, and I was privileged enough to, be able to study under FilmAid and be able to be here with you guys tonight. So yes, it's an honor to meet you. Stella, thank you for letting me be here tonight. Everybody that is here tonight. Tonight, I want to introduce an amazing film that was created by the students. These were films that are created through, the struggles, the hardships, through the limitations, but they were able to pull it together and be able to bring what you guys were able to celebrate tonight. We have an unbroken spirit from DADAAB. From the word itself, unbroken spirit. Yes? If you have been to the camp, for those of you that have been to the camp, you guys know the hardship and the hardship condition that the student live there and what they go through to be able to pull themselves together. And it takes quite a lot. And being an alumni of FilmAid, actually, I know what it takes, to pull yourself together each and every day to get up and go to class when you have other problems that are going on. So tonight, I want to introduce the film called Unbroken Spirit, and that film is from DADAAB. I've never been to DADAAB, but I believe the situations are very similar. Very, very similar. I believe we have dreams, unachieved dreams, broken goals sometimes, lost hopes, that when you are able to grow up in the camp, you are able to experience all of that. So tonight, Unbroken Spirit is from DADAAB, but we also have an amazing story that is also from KAKUMA. It's called Is It Because I'm a Girl? And this story are able to tell these resilient stories of each and every youth. My name is I, by the way. I do music very much. I forgot to introduce myself with that at first. I'm I. Leave alone I, but AYA. So if you're here tonight, kindly go subscribe to my YouTube. Make sure you do that. It's AYANAI, I. And there are so many I and I's in KAKUMA like me. And be able to stand in front of you guys tonight, it is a privilege to be able to represent them. Sorry. I'm a little bit nervous. You guys are. So tonight, I introduce to you this amazing film that were created by students from KAKUMA and DADAAB with amazing stories. You guys may enjoy it. Thank you.
Meet Mercy Akwot, a skilled musician and filmmaker hailing from the Dinka community in South Sudan. Growing up in Uganda, she discovered her love for music. She aspires to excel as a top scriptwriter and a cinematographer. Being a refugee is a temporary status. It doesn't define your potential. Stay focused and opportunities will seek you out. My name is Akwot Mareng Mercy. I'm a mother of 3, 2 girls, 1 boy. I am 30 years old and I'm a media student at FilmAid Kenya and currently living in DADAAB. In 2008, when I was 15 years old, my parents forced me to get married to an older man. I experienced a lot of challenges during that time, such as gender-based violence. I was always running up and down, and it was very hard. In the midst of the time I was trying to run away from them, I met a good man called Jonathan and his wife Jackie. They took me in and gave me a life. They made me part of their family. Jonathan really took good care of me and assisted me to go to school. When I was about to do my last exam, I felt the need to reach out to my family. Through Facebook, I asked one of the people I grew up with for my father's contact. I called my dad and we decided to meet in a public place. When we were talking, I noticed the man who I had married was also there. I had to find a way of escaping, and that is how I just knew that it will never end. This is when I decided to come to KAKUMA. In 2014, alone, but at least I knew in KAKUMA I would be safe. I went to reception center, they registered me, they gave me a home, then I started life. 2014, I started working with DRC under the Women and Girls Empowerment Program. This had an impact on my life. It shifted me to doing the things that I love, to empower women, to empower girls from my community. So within that time, would do some small events. I remember it was World Refugee Day. So we did a song, I was singing and others were rapping. And Waire, they were starting a project with FilmAid. It's called Finding a Star. So he was supposed to find, notice refugees that he could work with. He said he wanted to work with me. This is how I started my music career with FilmAid and Waire. We did a lot of recordings, albums, video shoots. We also did a media tour.
Frustration from my side. Never thought me can, never try step aside. Intimidation from every side. Pressure can't numb, so me want take a hike. No say that she can't overstand where me come from.
They shaped my music career and mentored me. They fully funded for all the activities that really helped me to keep my mind sane. I participated in TEDx KAKUMA camp. I got to share my story with the world and create awareness on the issues affecting young girls. My parents are the heart of both my good and bad memories of my childhood. But before I tell you about them, I want to make it clear from the start that I don't blame my parents. I blame the culture they are tied to. My best memory of my dad is me and him singing a rap song by Nas, an American hip-hop artist. Big boys and girls, listen, you can be anything in the world, an architect, a doctor, or maybe an actress. Nothing comes easy. It takes much practice. I know I can be what I want to be. That was a great opportunity for me. When I was in KAKUMA, I had a music career and everything was okay. I faced another similar threat and I had to hide my children for their safety. And that really hit me hard. I suffered depression, my health deteriorated, and I started having suicidal thoughts. And that is how I knew I had to cry out for help from UNHCR, from DRC. They brought back to me my children and my husband, and they moved us to DADAAB. When I arrived at DADAAB, I found that everything was different from KAKUMA. Many Sudanese and other nationalities do not live here. The majority are Somalis. I was approached by a chairman of the minority community, and he told me that there was a gap that I could fill. He asked if I could step up to the role of minority chair lady, and I agreed. After that, I was approached by a FilmAid staff who told me that they had a job for me. I did my first ever voiceover. Once I was done, I brought the soft copies of the completed work. When I was bringing the copies to her, I noticed at the gate that there was a call for media entrepreneurship application. I was excited and I knew that this was it. So I applied, I was called for interview. After the interview, we were now called to join the class. It started in an interesting way as it touched on subjects I had interest in. I'm good at writing and I'm good at reading, so script writing, being taught in the media class, brought out my passion for writing. The class has really helped me start my career path, and with the help of students and wonderful teachers such as Teacher Eric and Teacher Bob, who have really helped me. The support from home from my husband and my kid has really helped me finish the course even with a baby. She came when I was holding her, and now she's walking. As women and girls, pave your own path. Try it, and if you are passionate about something, try it again and again. Look for help until you make it.
Oh, now G. I am blessed, I am strong, I am capable, no doubt. My dreams are high, I'm the queen, the ruler of my life. My success they ahead, I will shine and shine until I make it to the top. To the top, yeah. I am blessed, I am strong, I am capable, no doubt. My dreams are high, I'm the queen. No pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. I'm a superstar, yeah. Every battle that I fight is to make my life better. I struggle every pain just to make sure that I gain. My dad's simple rule, just do what you think is right. No pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. I'm a superstar, a superstar. I was born in KAKUMA. This is where I was also raised. So KAKUMA is my home. My parents are from South Sudan. They came here because of war, the family calamities, a lot of war in South Sudan, so they came here for peace. KAKUMA is a place of many, a place of hopeless. Most people ran out of their country because they needed peace, and that is why you see there are a lot of different tribes, a lot of different people. So KAKUMA is just a home for all. I started poetry when I was in primary school, especially through the music festivals. That is when I realized that I had this passion in poetry. This is during the music festivals, because at least I was given a chance to go and explore what I have. Winning most of the competition made me realize that I had that talent. So I sat down to myself and I wrote a poem of my own, which is called I Never Felt Comfortable. I never felt comfortable. My mother delivered me across the river. Imagine I took my first breath with the smoke of war. I tried to grab her breast, oh no, but dropped into the bush instead. It's like a friend experience. She went on during the war, how her mother suffered when she was carrying her during the war, how they escaped from South Sudan to here in KAKUMA. So through her struggle is when I realized I had to write something in it. And who is not enjoying fresh air? Never shall I suffer. I was waiting for, let the bride take a sight. I never felt comfortable. With time, it's when I realized that I had to put more emotions and feelings to what I write down so that it can bring a certain message. It brings out something beautiful, something magical. So my poems are mainly for changing lives, giving hopes to those who feel like their lives are completely over. So that's why I decided to be writing poems. I'm blessed. I can write the poem, I can write the song and also sing it. So it's like a big talent to me. I joined dancing in 2017. I was a member of Mauzo dance crew. The Mauzo dance crew was surprised and they were like, we've never had a girl in our crew. Are you sure you're going to manage? I was like, yeah, give me a chance, I'm going to manage. So they held me, they trained me. Being the only female in the crew was not easy. The community does not accept girls to be dancing. It's like you're doing something wrong. During the practice, after I see people coming, I could stop practicing. I just go and sit down and wait for people to disperse, then I continue the practice. So it was kind of tough. But with time, I just said to myself, hiding won't do me any good. So it's either now or never, let's do it. So I started dancing publicly. As dancers, especially my crew, we create stories.
Move, move, move! Hop in the vehicle, we're going.
The Republic of Kenya.
Every day,
My mission is to pursue peace.
and to build the nation.
For Kenya,
I am loyal,
patriotic.
apolitical.
From the dance, it starts like a war. People killing each other, people fighting, a lot of calamities. But by the end of the dance, people are coming together. Like peace is what we need. I want to make them believe that what they experienced is not the end of life. There can be better days ahead of them. My family found out I was dancing through people telling them. Through phone calls, whenever they see me at the center doing practice, they could just call my mom and she was like, your daughter has completely gone off. Even at a time, one of my uncle went to the center and grabbed me when I was dancing in the middle of a performance. The worst part is I was the only girl on the stage. I wondered whether to scream or to shout or to cry. So he grabbed me, he brought me home. All my body had a lot of bruises. I was weak because of the beating, so I wasn't able to go for practice. I kept it as a secret to myself. One night we had a serious disagreement among me and my family, my relatives. So I escaped from home. I went to a friend's home. I was beaten seriously. So I had bruises everywhere. I was taken to the hospital. It was the roughest day of my life. I felt like my life was a complete mess. I felt like the world does not need me anymore. I felt like I needed to end my life. And when I felt my body was strong enough, I went back for the practice. Dance made me have a lot of friends. It also made me realize that I was strong. The poetry has helped me overcome most of my experiences. There is this poem of mine that is called "It Shall Be Well." So I wrote that poem because the moment that things started going roughly, I gave hope to myself through that poem because I had no option. But the moment I have my poems, I write down what I feel. It's the moment that things becomes better. So poem, it has become like my best friend. Life. Why are you sometimes unfair to us girls? We find ourselves in situations that we don't know how to remove ourselves in. It is not my fault. Is it because I'm a girl? I live alone right now. It's tough, but the struggle continues. You have to eat, you have to dress, so it's not easy. Yeah, especially having your parents not close to you, the struggle is tough. Some culture believes that when a girl is grown up, maybe she has seen her menstruations, they're like she's big enough to go and manage a family. Girls who are forced to get married and not to go to school, who have been faced with sexual assaults, maybe their relatives or maybe you are raped, of which they don't realize that the girl is being traumatized. She's not ready, she has dreams. I did not choose to be born in a poor family. Neither did I choose to be born as a girl. Why do you use that as an excuse to pull me down? He is older than me. He's filthy rich. I can even call him Grandpa. That's the guy my parents want. Being a female dancer, it hasn't been easy. Being alone was a little tough, so I decided to create a dance crew, a female dance crew. So I trained most of the girls. In the camp, we have the KAKUMA Got Talent. At least you get a chance to showcase your talent. You get a chance to compete with other refugees, other fellow refugees. So I was so grateful and I felt so proud because we were the first female dancers who made it to the KAKUMA Got Talent finals.
Get ready for the next.
We won. Our lifestyle, winning, going back to practice, winning, like we are heading nowhere. According to my community, most of them feel like I'm corrupting the other girls. They feel like I'm taking them to some places that are bad. But to me, I know what I'm doing. I have a song that is called So High. I created this song because of what people are saying behind my back, the things that people are thinking about me. Like the verse goes, I wanna smile one day when I see my future bright. Never depend on people, don't wanna make it right. We are tired, yes, tired of being slaves to our parents and our community. As girls have dreams and visions, we have the right to be educated. Have you forgotten that us girls go through a lot? Menstruation pain, labor pain, breast pain, name them. Let's stop early pregnancies, SGBV, they are harmful to us girls. Educate a girl and see the world beyond the universe. I feel like when I'm discovered, it will be like a big opportunity to me, because not only to me, but to those people who I write poems to those people who are going through tough situations like me. At least I'll give them hopes for a better future, and at least I'll help someone. I see myself as a woman of peace, a woman who has made a life better. Yeah, so I see myself as a star, the brightest star ever.
Naomi.
What do you
Aksema, is it because I'm a girl?
Oh yeah, that's a good question, right? All right, cool. You've picked up a lot from the films, right? So remember what I said I wanted you to do, or to help us? So, because today we're selecting the winners. Some we have already. But for these particular two films, we were unable to decide who the winners are. So guess what? You all are judges tonight. All right? We're sending out a QR code. It's very simple. Okay? The QR code, once you log into it on your phones, select from these two films that you've watched. Which one you liked the best? Which one you loved most? All right? Remember, one was called Unbroken. The other one, Is It Because I'm a Girl? Unfortunately, you'll see 4 titles there, but we only want you to select 2. The other 2, don't worry about them, all right? Just the 2 that we've watched. We want to see how attentive all of you were about these films, right? Your decision today will make somebody very happy in DADAAB or in KAKUMA. So think about it before you vote. Sawa sawa.
They just need to scan, sindio?
Yeah, you just need to scan and it'll take you straight to, the questionnaire. And all you have to do is select one of either of those 2 movies or films and then submit. We're giving you about 2 minutes to do that. And as we do that, I'd like to invite on stage Jack on the sax to play a bit of jazzy music as we decide which out of these 2 films was the best. If you have any trouble, please let us know. We'll call Eric to come and help you with the QR codes. Sasa, all of you are there? All of you have got it, yeah? Good job, good job. Take your time. Jack, karibu.
But Auntie, I meant to understand Naomi is here.
Oh, Naomi is a surprise. Okay, no, because we are voting, she should not be seen.
At a compromise.
She should not be seen at the moment. We'll bring her out at the right moment. Naomi, karibu sana. Good to see you. Asante.
Good stuff.
Asante sana. Jack on the sax, makofi kwake tafadhali. Jack on the sax, you need to tell us where to find you, where to find your music. It's really nice, right? If you're cruising somewhere, nini, hata kama unaenda DADAAB ama KAKUMA, listening to that kind of music will be really nice. Tutakujenga, na wewe utujenga. We'll go together. Thank you very much. Have you all voted? Don't tell us who the winner is. We will get to that moment. Sasa, but have you all succeeded? Have you all succeeded? Thank you very much. A round of applause to all of you for being so kind and wonderful judges. Asanteni sana. We are now getting into the third part and then the fourth part of this program. It's going to be very brief, I promise you.
Unasema the fourth part itakuwa very interesting.
Sana.
The moment that we've been waiting for. Manake naarifia kwamba watu wanatutizama kupitia mtandao wa YouTube na pia vile vile Facebook, kupitia page ya FilmAid na pia kupitia page ya Bwana Waziri Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen. For now, acha niweze kumwalika board chair wa FilmAid Kenya, Mr. Julius Mwatu. Karibu sana.
A round of applause to Mr. Mwaita. Karibu sana.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So our chief guest, His Excellency Kipchumba Murkomen, the CS for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports. My name is Julius Mwatu, the board chairman of FilmAid Kenya. So Waziri, allow me stand on the already established protocols, and allow me to also say that I have a special relationship with Waziri, having worked with Waziri in the Ministry of Roads and Transport. Thank you, Waziri, for that vote of confidence. And so it's an honor to again and exciting to host you today as we project hope and changing lives together. So our chief guests, partners, friends, distinguished guests and gentlemen, I'm required to read a very short speech by Stella. I promise it's not going to be long. It's going to be 3.5 minutes so that I can drive the message home. So good evening and heartfelt welcome to the GALA award ceremony of FilmAid's 17th Film Festival. Waziri, FilmAid celebrates 21 years in Kenya today, and for the last 17 years we have graduated these young ladies and gentlemen, and one of the things which we always aspire is to integrate these students into the mainstream journalism and the world of business, and I think this is going to be one of our big areas of collaboration with the ministry. So tonight we gather to celebrate filmmakers' artistry and creativity and honor those whose stories deserve to be heard. This festival is not merely an event, it is a lifeline, a platform where the resilient voices of refugees find resonance in audiences' lives near and far. In times of adversity, many refugees find themselves trapped in silence. Their struggles are noticed and unacknowledged. Our FilmAid Festival serves as a vital opportunity to illuminate their experiences, allowing their hopes and dreams to shine brightly on cinematic canvas. These are stories that challenge us, motivate us, and ignite our shared humanity. Through the medium of film, these voices transcend borders, forging connections that foster understanding and empathy among people from all walks of life. By sharing these powerful narratives, we not only empower individuals, but also cultivate a global community grounded in solidarity and compassionate. Waziri, allow me to take this moment to express our deepest gratitude to all our valuable partners. And I'm going to mention a few: the UNHCR, the World Food Programme, UNICEF, the ILO, UNFPA, Porticus Foundation, International Rescue Committee, Norwegian Refugee Council, and the Golden Globes Foundation, whose backing has been crucial for our skills and social development program. Allow me to acknowledge the Film Festival sponsors, Golden Globes Foundation, the UNHCR, the World Food Program, Regional Durable Solutions Secretariat, the Royal Danish Embassy in Nairobi, and the Kenya Film Commission. Waziri, with the resources from these partners, FilmAid Kenya has continued to work through a community-based and multinational channel approach, delivering crucial knowledge and life-saving health protection and education information in 17 languages. We have reached over 1.3 million persons of concern across the country and beyond. However, as we aspire to give these voices the stage they deserve, we are reminded of the challenges we still face. While we are immensely grateful for the support we have received, our journey of empowerment is far from over. Our skills and development program, crucial for nurturing talent among refugees, is in urgent need of further funding. It is a program that equips individuals with essential skills, bridging the gap between aspiration and opportunity. The Kenya Refugee Opportunity Operation, like many other humanitarian and development operations, is facing a significant reduction in funding, and we continue to operate under strenuous circumstances as funding from most sources continues to decrease. Therefore, I wish to make an heartfelt appeal to all our existing partners, as well as those in development, private sector, and government present here tonight, to support FilmAid Kenya with the necessary funding to continue this vital work. Your trust, ladies and gentlemen, allows us to focus on what matters most, delivering meaningful change where it's most needed, in most efficient and impactful way possible. Your investment in our cause is an investment in countless lives, lives that, with your help, can acquire skills, share their stories, and build brighter futures. Together, let us ensure that this festival is not just a celebration of film, but a catalyst for change, compassion, and hope. Every partnership, every contribution can drive us closer to a world where the narratives of refugees are not merely stories, but are celebrated as part of our shared experience. Waziri, before I conclude, I just want to recognize and appreciate the board of Kenya FilmAid, or FilmAid Kenya. I expect Mark Somen. I don't know whether Mark has. Yes. I actually took over from Mark Somen. That's the immediate former chairman of FilmAid. And I want to appreciate the staff of FilmAid, led by Stella, for the good job they are doing. Let's clap for them. Thank you all, and let us continue to celebrate the power of film to change lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman. Asante sana. Thank you so much for those wonderful remarks. And now, very quickly, I'd like to recognize two very important government institutions that have been very key in ensuring that refugees in this country are comfortable. That is one, the Directorate of Refugee Services, whose commissioner is Bwana John Burugu. Tunasema asante sana for the work that you do. Let me also appreciate KFC, which is the Kenya Films Commission, and the representative here is Bwana Timothy Owase. Makofi kwake. He would have loved to make a speech today, but unfortunately he's a bit under the weather, so he's excused himself. So we wish you a quick recovery. But thank you so much for making time to be here. Let me now invite Bwana Vincent Onyango from the ministry to come and represent the PS and also take us through the rest of the program. Karibu Bwana Onyango. Makofi kwake tafadhali.
Amjamboni. Good evening. Mpo wazima. You don't look like filmmakers. Filmmakers are always jovial. I'm a filmmaker, so I'm always jovial. With your permission, sir, let me stand on the already established protocols. My name's Vincent Onyango. I'm from the ministry, and I believe I have my boss with me. So, uko kule natoka, baba akiwa, watoto tunakaa kidogo, sivyo? So, I'll, with your permission, sir, let me just make one comment that is very close to my heart. Through such initiatives, I'm sure we are going to bridge the film skill gap that exists within our country. We have so many artists, but the technological changes that are coming in is a big challenge to the film industry. And such initiatives, more so from outside Nairobi, outside urban areas, is an encouragement that film needs to be taken outside the urban areas so that we can have more. And I want to appreciate FilmAid for taking up the initiative to work with the refugees as well as the communities that are hosting the refugees. Thank you very much. Invite our CS, Bwana Murkomen. Makofi kidogo, jamani.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Nyango. I know that we have a good representation of different institutions, so I will say, like everybody has said, I will recognize the protocols that have already been established and say that I'm really very privileged this evening to have been invited to this very important function this evening. Thank you very much, Stella. Thank you, Mr. Matu and your team for having me today. And I think it's okay. It's fine. You don't need to struggle. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'll use my the mic like everybody else. Thank you for inviting me to this very important occasion. When I sat here and thought about the films that have been shown here, you just wonder, there are many people in this world and in this country who are quietly and in their own way making a difference in other people's lives. They may not be as noisy like us. They may not be as loud. They may not be doing so much in terms of publicity, but their work is speaking for them. And you know what's important in life is to be able to change somebody's life and to see human beings for who they are. And so when you listen to the stories that we have heard, I am deeply inspired. I was telling Stella, this is not my first interaction with the refugee family. In my younger years, I was in my capacity as a consultant, as a researcher in the areas of international humanitarian law. I had the benefit of visiting KAKUMA and DADAAB to work with the refugees. And I know, of course, some of my classmates, after we left school, they continued working for the refugees. The last time I was in KAKUMA refugee camp was on, I think I left on 8th morning, the 8th of November 2008. You must be wondering why I still remember. Maybe let me start from there. I remember because I was supposed to leave on 6th, no, I think 7th in the morning with a flight, to go to Loki and then come. Unfortunately, it flooded. I'm not remembering just because of the floods. my son was supposed to be born the same day. Yeah, so I got stuck with the refugees in KAKUMA, and as it were, my firstborn was born in my absence on 7th of November. So I remember very well. That was the week also Obama was elected to be a president. So I remember my experience with the refugees, and I think I'm therefore, let me read my speech so that I don't get distracted. I am honored to join you this evening to celebrate the extraordinary achievement of our young refugee filmmakers through the determination and exceptional skills gained from the FilmAid media and entrepreneurship training program. We have been treated to captivating films that express their lived experiences and those of their communities. Everyone has a story to tell, but not everyone has the skills, the creativity, and the means to reach a wider audience. Refugees and marginalized people have the most compelling stories to tell. Stories of escape, of scars of war, and of deprivation, stories of hope, dreams, and love. For a long time, these stories didn't go beyond the refugee camps. Thanks to FilmAid Kenya, this has changed. For 17 years now, you have worked tirelessly to equip young refugees in KAKUMA refugee camp, Kaloboye integrated settlement, DADAAB refugee complex, and the host communities with the tools to tell their own stories and in their own voices. The awards and the recognition the films have garnered locally and internationally over the years are a note to the commendable job you have been doing. Watching the films being showcased this evening evoked fond memories of my childhood, when church organizations occasionally brought outdoor screenings to our villages. In a place with no TVs and no cinemas, the villages would literally empty to the school grounds to watch them. The visual stories were memorable spectacles. The next screening would be looked forward to eagerly, even though no one knew when it would happen again. So as luck would have it, I am now charged with the responsibility of taking film to every corner of this country. I salute the FilmAid for coming up with a noble initiative to take films to refugee camps and informal settlements in Kenya. You are illuminating a world that was for many years confined to the periphery of society. You are empowering the communities with life-saving information and helping them cope with their new environment. For this, you deserve our hearty congratulations. Please, let's clap for them. Yeah, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the films we have watched this evening are thought-provoking and unforgettable. They give vent to the emotions of loss and starting all over again. Well done to the creatives behind these masterpieces. Let me also congratulate everyone who graduated this year in the program and wish them all the best. Make your stories hard, advocate for your community, use your skills to make a name and a living for yourselves. And don't forget where it all started, KAKUMA, Kaloboye, DADAAB, to the world. Give your communities hope and change the trajectory of the stories of those who are behind you. The worst strategy in life is when the circumstance of one's birth decides one's fate. Without the intervention of this training program, no one would have ever known that these graduates are capable of. Their story would have started in the refugee camps and ended there. Education and training opens a world of opportunities for the youth. As a government, we are all working to make sure that no one is condemned to a life of poverty when their lives would have turned out differently. We are running many initiatives across ministries to unlock the potential of our youth. One such program in my ministry is the Talanta Hela initiative. In the program, youth with sporting talents are identified at the grassroots and helped to hone their skills through camps run by the Kenya Academy of Sports. In conjunction with the World Bank, my ministry is also in the final stages of rolling out the National Youth Opportunities Towards Advancement program, otherwise known as NYOTA, a project that aims to enhance the employability of our youth through training and entrepreneurship. And I am pleased to announce in this very venue that this program incorporates it is divided into two parts. Part one is to take the cohorts towards training, in-job training. Any person who has some skills are taken to specific workstations and they are trained there. And number two, there are those also who are supported to enhance their businesses and their skills and to change them into money-making ventures. The good news is that 5,000 young people in KAKUMA will be beneficiaries of the training, and 5,000 also young people in the same KAKUMA will be beneficiaries of the business skills. So 10,000 in KAKUMA, and the same 5,000 each part will be in DADAAB. So we're reaching out to 20,000 refugees in the country. And that is part of the program or our commitment as a government towards the integration of the refugees to live their lives. Just imagine if you're a Kenyan sitting here, to be confined, even if it is in one county. Forget about one small confinement called a refugee camp. You know, it can be very dehumanizing. If you are told you will not leave your ward for 30 years, it's very inhuman. And I think I saw my friends who are political leaders making noise about integration of refugees to local community, which is a paradox because it's the same leaders who are preaching for labor migration to other countries in the world, and yet they find it so hard to integrate their friends who are just coming from across the boundary, a boundary that is artificial, created by colonial government. If the colonial government was not here, it's possible that we would have been the same country with South Sudan, with Somalia, with Ethiopia. We can't use these artificial boundaries to disadvantage our friends who otherwise are facing challenges in their own nation. I think integrating the refugees to the local communities of Kenya is a welcome idea, and as a country we must be ready to accommodate our neighbors. And therefore I wish to appreciate the role of the Film Commission, the role also that's being played by the ministry itself. Our director has spoken here. These are the teams, the people who are really making the ministry run. Some of us just come for a few months and you can easily be moved to another one, but there are institutions in place in the ministry and the departments who are doing a fantastic job. And thank you, Director. Thank you, Mr. CEO of the Commission, for the good job you're doing. And thank you for facilitating the numerous public screening and the publicity and advancing the mandate of your institution and film industry in the country. In the coming days, I will be holding a meeting with the stakeholders in the film industry in Kenya so that we can think of how to unlock the potential that is in this sector. Going forward, we should expand the partnership with FilmAid. And I'm saying, Stella, we are available to see in this program of NYOTA what are some of the things we can do to your students. Because what we are looking for is those who have some skills and they want to turn it into business. So from the 5,000 and 5,000, the two refugee camps that are going to benefit from the business side, let's see how we can turn all these trainees and see how they can make money out of their venture by the support that we are getting from our development partners and in this program that we have. So I look forward to your invitation to KAKUMA and both and DADAAB, and I'll be there. But also beyond that, I promise that even though we don't have specific program for sports for the refugee camps, I promise to support the refugee camps, at least one of the tournaments in both of them, and I should be able to come and be there. And if need be, I should play for one of the teams, play soccer for one of the teams. So there's a lot of expertise in this room. I know because I've been there myself, and it's only important for us to tap into that expertise to make sure that we all benefit from it. Last, let me reiterate again that I'm very, very impressed with the work that you are doing as FilmAid Kenya. I commend you for the impact you are making in the lives of youth and the communities they come from. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much. Asante sana Bwana Waziri. As you can see, Nimrod, kuna good feedback. Watu wamesikia 5,000, 5,000, 10, 20 wana count. Many are watching from Kakuma, from Hagadera, and from DADAAB.
Oh, that's on social media,
Kabisa.
Right? Asante. Thank you again, Bwana Waziri. Makofi tena. Another round of applause to Waziri Kipchumba Murkomen. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to wind up, but this particular segment we're going to go to is equally very, very important. All right? This is where we get to award these wonderful filmmakers who are in cinematography. We're going to award the best actor, the best actress. The only unfortunate thing is that we weren't able to showcase all the films because of time, of course. But I believe on the bags that you have, there's a QR code there as well, which enables you, if I'm not wrong, Eric, to watch some of the other films that have been shot before, that have been done, produced by, you know, our wonderful people from DADAAB and KAKUMA, and you can be able to watch them. But of course, there was a good team. We had judges, and I think Nico Tieno is here, together with many other judges. I think Wangeshi Murage is also in the team. That's a panel of the judges who normally adjudicate and check out the films, look at the quality and what have you, and then they decide who the winner is. So we already have winners. The only thing is, I think we had a wonderful winner. There have been 98 respondents, which are all of you. So that was a category that was heavily judged. Imagine 98 of you. All right? So we'll tell you who the winner is, all right? And we'll also tell you who the overall winner is. But before we do that, I will set the stage for the awards and what have you. I would like to invite somebody, right?
King B.
King B. There's a gentleman called King B, all the way from South Sudan. Karibu sana. Makofi kwa Kezika.
Thank you. King B is my stage name, but my name is Bapoch Omot Oman Obono Ologet Ogweno Tuan Nyebra.
Na kuna wengine hapa, they only have 2 names. Give them one.
You can borrow, then you give it back to me. Okay. I am from southwestern part of Ethiopia, a region called Gambela. It is in the bowl of southern Sudan. Okay. I want to say a few words before I recite my poem. Kenya has been a paradise to thousands of refugees. Kenya has been a paradise to thousands of refugees. We are grateful for that. I am from DADAAB. I am a refugee. I also want to appreciate FilmAid, the mother of nurturing refugee talents. Thank you so much, FilmAid. I am traditionally dressed tonight. This one is graphically designed, and of course, FilmAid taught us how to do graphic design. This is one of the creative designs that is now made. FilmAid, please. DJ, play that. It was in December when I was left with no mother. But I'm still stronger. I don't even bother, because I still think wiser. They hurt me like a thunder. No need for you to wonder. No, I can't stay down any longer, because for me, no retreat and no surrender. They accuse people of murder. No, never. They won't go hunger, because they eat people like vulture. As a child so young and tender, I can still recall and remember, because I'm not alone in this drama. Let's fight this fight together. People were lined up in a queue, one after the other, for death was waiting for them. My mother didn't know I'll survive, because she was not with me for days. As a child, I wanted to cry, because my life was kept in the dark. The music I heard was blast of bombs and sounds of guns. So many people died that I don't even cry no more. I regretted the day that I was born. I regretted the day that I was born. For it was so hard to watch a friend die. Guns took their lives away, younger before their time. No one to help, not even myself. Left home and I don't even know the day I'll never return. What am I here for? When the rest of the children were learning how to read and write, I was learning how to save my life and how to save lives. I was forced to eat moths and birds. I know it's a shame, but who's to blame? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, King B. Anasema, I know it's a shame.
King B mwenyewe.
But who is to blame?
Lulu Hassan, let me put you on the spot. Eh?
Yes.
Since you're the CEO and founder of Jiffy Productions, right? All of you have watched the local programming that happens on Citizen TV sometimes, right? Can you, are you able to act or you just get people to act?
I used to be an actress.
Really?
Like 16 years ago.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have another hat, eh?
Yeah, I represented Kenya at one point.
All right, please, next time, film festival. Please, we want to see you acting. Proper with everything.
Nikiact hapa mtakimbia.
Sawa, umefikia wakati sasa. We want to award the winners of the 17th FilmAid Film Festival right here, right now. Lulu, kazi kwako.
Aha, tunaanza na best cinematography. I don't know if this is the right place. Tusimame tu hapa bado. Aha. Kindly, can we have Dima Jira? From the UNICEF, Dima Jira.
And the winner in this category, Best Cinematography, is Mshafiri. Makofi tafadhali, makofi tafadhali. Makofi kabisa, makofi kabisa. Makofi, makofi. Asante sana. Makofi sana Mshafiri. Sasa hivi tu, we'll give you a trophy just now. Asante sana. That was a wonderful job. And then we'll award some more. There are 8 categories that we're looking at. That's number 8. And then we'll go down until we get the overall winner today. Asante sana.
Best sound, best actor, best actress, best alumni film, best director. Okay.
Shafiri. Come.
Dima Jira again. Sorry for that. Pole sana kakangu.
We almost left this behind. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
You're representing Dim. Okay.
Makofi kwake tafadhali. Happy round of applause.
Thank you. And the best sound. The best sound, let's have Njeri Mbudi from Internews. And the best sound goes to Katin. On behalf of Katin.
Yeah.
Best actor category. Best actor category. Can we have Freddie Carver from Reds? Thank you. And the best actor is Samuel Lore Ajara. Samuel Lore Ajara. Okay, anachukua on behalf of Samuel Lore Ajara. Thank you. Best actress category. Can you have Marie Wabog Lassen from the Danish Embassy? The best actress is Sagal Abdi Ismail, Turning Point, from the DADAAB camp. Best Director. Best Director, Bwana Timothy Owase, who is the CEO of KFC, Kenya Film Commission. And the award of Best Director goes to Moses Ekai Mshaferi. The next award is Best Alumni Film. Best Alumni Film. Can we have Mr. John Burugu? I'm told Mr. John Burugu isn't around. Mr. Onyango, please. Kindly do the honors, Ole. Best Alumni Film goes to Mama Bunga. Best Alumni Film, Mama Bunga.
Lulu, I see you're putting me on the spot. So this is what you all voted for, right? The best audience, okay? Category. Which means you are the audience and you are watching something, okay? It's not that you're the best audience in terms of acting or voting. No. So I'm not awarding you. I'm awarding the film. The film. Thank you. We're together there, okay? Do you want to know who the winner is? I was told 98 of you voted. And the winner won by how much? What is the percentage, Eric? 109. Yo, versus total number of people who voted. So not 98, 109. Oh, great. Okay. So best audience award goes to, drum rolls. Can I hear the claps? Drum. Is it because I'm a girl? Makofi. Naomi G is right here. Makofi kwake sana. Let me invite, oh, he's come. Let me invite Madam Michelle, please. Do the honors, please. Because the other one, just the representative of the PS had done that. Madam Michelle tafadhali. Makofi to Naomi G. Congratulations. Naomi, before you go, just before you go, let me help you. So you are the script writer, the producer, the actor, the camera person, the sound engineer, the driver. You cooked as well, right? How?
Okay, I would have said it's God. But just believing in myself, and by there I grew up knowing that being a refugee does not define me, and also being a girl does not define me. I grew up in a place where girls are mostly not given a lot of opportunities. Girls seem like they are nothing. But to me, I felt that, is it because I'm a girl that I have to experience all this? If I was a boy, could I not have experienced this? But because I'm a girl, let me stand up and show the world that girls are capable of doing whatever they want to do. Yeah, so my dream right now is to make sure that I see my fellow refugee girls standing up for their dreams, being whoever they want to be. And FilmAid has been there to help me achieve some of my dreams, and I believe I'm going far. Yeah, so that's what I can say.
Congratulations. Congratulations. And I hope you're still dancing, right? You still are? Asante sana. Say hello to your lovely family as well. Thank you so much. A round of applause for Naomi G. Asante sana. Makofi kwake.
Auntie.
Yes.
Tumefika ile kategori ya mwisho.
Kategori ya mwisho.
Hii ni mambo bad. Watu wengi wamekuwa kisubiria sana.
Kabisa, kabisa.
Aha, ni ile kategori ya overall best film.
Overall best film. Fikiri tuko nayo hapo. Msema kweli. This is a truth saying. Drum rolls. Uko nyuma drum rolls, tafadhali. Drum rolls. Wow. Drum rolls. Okay, okay, okay. This is a good one. This is a good... No, you'll announce. No, we invite Waziri to announce. Yes. And then he gives them. Yes, Waziri akuja announce, tafadhali. He hatuwezi announce.
Apart from being a film director, Lulu also runs. And yes, anakimbia. The overall best film winner is Unbroken Spirits. Well done. Who are you to the Unbroken Spirit? Okay, well done.
Thank you.
This is the certificate. Certificate.
That's what I was saying earlier. Should be removed. This is what I was saying.
Good stuff.
Thank you so much.
I think wakati umefika Nimrod. Ni wakati wa board of director. Aweze kusema vote of thanks pia kwanza, si ndio? Tupate kujua mawili matatu. Umesikia bwana waziri amesema kwamba mimi
unakimbia.
Sijakuona
pale kazi hata ukichelewa sikuoni ukikimbia.
My friend. Nachapa 10 kilometers.
I've never seen you run. Even when you're late at work, I've never seen you run. But anyway, I'm kidding. No, you're never late. I'm kidding. Nachoma. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the close of this wonderful program, wonderful event. I'd like to invite Bwana Mark Soman to come and give remarks and give a vote of thanks. Mark Soman is still a member of the board of directors at FilmAid Kenya. Previously was the chair. Karibu sana.
Government of Kenya, His Excellency Kipchumba Murkomen, CS of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Mr. Vincent Onyango, PS Representative, Director of Film Services, John Burugu, Commissioner for Refugee Affairs, Mr. Timothy Owase, the CEO of KFC, Mr. Pascal Opio, the CEO of Kenya Film Classification Board, representation from the UN, Baimanke Sanko, Deputy Representative for WFP Kenya, Caroline Njuki, Chief Technical Advisor ILO, and Shaheen Nilofer from UNICEF, Michelle Apala, Assistant Representative Protection UNHCR Kenya, and Joanina Karugaba, UNHCR Regional Bureau, Dima Jira, UNICEF Education Chief. FilmAid partners, Marie Mai Warburg Larson, Regional Refugee and Humanitarian Team, Team Manager, Royal Danish Embassy, Njeri Mbudi, Regional Program Associate, Internews Network, Freddie Carver, Country Director, Regional Durable Solutions Secretariat, County Directors and representatives of the NGOs that serve refugees, representations from all diplomatic missions that partner with UNHCR and all its partners enabling service provision and protection of refugees in Kenya, our alumni and all refugees, all friends and partners of FilmAid, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mark Soman, and as one of the board members for FilmAid Kenya, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you this evening to the Gala Award ceremony of FilmAid's 17th Film Festival. Are we starting again? No, it's a vote of thanks. First and foremost, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for your presence tonight. Your support fills this celebration with purpose. Each of you is a vital part of our journey, amplifying the voices of those who often feel voiceless in our society. I would like to take a moment to extend our deepest appreciation to our generous sponsors, without whom this festival would not be possible. Thank you to the Golden Globe Foundation for your continuous support of our skills and social development program. Your commitment empowers individuals to acquire the skills they need to thrive. We are also profoundly grateful to the UNHCR, whose dedication to protecting and supporting refugees is invaluable to our mission. Thank you to the WFP for consistently supporting our initiatives aimed at improving the livelihoods and protection of those we serve. FilmAid is honored to partner with the ILO not only in dialogue on access to work, but also in reviewing our training curriculum and aligning it with Kenya National Qualification Authority. A special thank you goes to REDS, the Regional Durable Solutions Secretariat, for your important role in helping communities find durable solutions, to the Royal Danish Embassy in Nairobi and UNICEF, the IRC and the NRC, for your partnership enhances our ability to create impactful change. And finally, we extend our gratitude to the Kenya Film Commission for championing the art of storytelling that resonates far beyond our borders. As we stand here tonight, it is crucial to look beyond mere words of thanks. Each sponsor, each partner, and each supporter embodies a commitment to change lives through the power of film. Together, we are not just providing entertainment, we are creating platforms for dialogue, understanding, and hope. In closing, I urge everyone here tonight to reflect on the impact we can continue to make together. Let's not only celebrate the achievements we have witnessed through the films presented, but also recognize the transformative potential that lies ahead. Your continued support will enable us to further empower refugees and elevate their stories, fostering empathy and solidarity across communities. Thank you once again for joining us this evening. Let us carry this spirit of collaboration into the future as we strive to make a lasting impact through the art of film. Thank you. Asanteni.
Asante sana. Thank you so much, Max Soman. Thank you so much. Appreciate so much. Ladies and gentlemen, and finally we've come to the end of this wonderful, wonderful gala night. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves. Have you? We need to vote again, yeah? and again, right? That was the most interesting part, isn't it? But thank you so much for making time to be here with us. We're closing at 9:45, which we had hoped to do. Thank you so much for being patient. Thank you so much for being a wonderful live audience. We've shared this stage together with the other audiences that are watching us on social media. Let's do this again next year. How many of you are promising to be here next year? Tafadhali, yeah? We need to support the likes of Naomi Makofi tena kwake, King B, and even I. Yeah? These are really wonderful people. They've got really wonderful stories. And thank you to FilmAid for giving them a platform to share their stories with us and what have you. Bwana Waziri, we thank you so much. We are indeed honored, and we are so grateful that you could make time to be here with us, together with Bwana Victor na wengine wote from government, and also from the wonderful organization that are sponsoring us in these wonderful events today. Thank you so much. May you all have a wonderful night. Just briefly though, we still have bitings and drinks we're serving, so if you still have another 15 minutes as you wait for the traffic to, then you can stay with us, and then you can leave much later, all right? Thank you so much. God bless you. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Good night.